guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Thethreeacers Trainers podcast. In this episode, we are discussing about the Raid Remote Passes nerf. Further ado, let's answer a question.
So, my opinion on the Raid Remote Pass nerf, it has affected me a fair bit because I don't live in a place where a lot of people do play Pokemon Go, and the people that do play Pokemon Go near me, I can't seem to get into raids with them. I've tried Campfire. So really the only way that I can do legendary raids or 5-star raids or whatever is by doing remote raids. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same with me, to be honest, because, like, same with myself, like, I haven't got nobody around my area who can play Pokemon Go, so I strictly rely on remote raid passes. So, yeah, that's basically the only way I can do raids, and the only time I do raids in person, if it's like a 1 or 3-star raid, it's quite easy to do, like with myself. I've got some decent Pokemon to doing with. But apart from that, I'll just strictly rely on remote raid passes.
There are certain things that you can do, like Kartana, for example, like attack form Deoxys, but they're very, very few and far between.
And Guzzlord.
Oh yeah, Guzzlord as well, my bad.
Yeah.
The Ultra Beast just die, don't they?
If you take away the Pokemon that you can solo or even possibly duo, it is very hard to get raids and do them. So I rely on friends in the game or apps to be able to do these big raids. And yeah.
I've got a friend that does it around here that has like multiple phones for multiple accounts, and I can see a lot more people in the same position that you two are actually thinking of employing that strategy, because you can control when you get your coins. You can actively do raids with party power now, which is really good. It's kind of bad that the remote nerf has forced a lot of people to do them things just to be able to play the game like they used to. I'm not in that position, obviously. I'm fairly lucky. I've got a community. I've got a lot of active people to play with whenever I want to play. But I know for the people like you and Legend, it's not easy at all, and it has been tough. But I will say, however, I agree with one part of the nerf, which was the price increase. I don't, however, agree with the daily limit. I think you should be able to do as many as possible, but just pay a little extra for it. Because a remote pass it's an OP item in the sense, like you can be at home, have a nice little shower, get out and catch a shundo just sat in your living room watching the telly. That's kind of OP. You need to charge that extra little for it.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to spend the extra money, there should not be a limit, because ultimately it is your purse or wallet that's going to be getting broken into, you know what I mean? So if you're willing to spend the money on remote raid passes, then there shouldn't be a limit on how many you can do a day. Because essentially, if you can go to the shop and buy, I don't know, 50 in-person raid passes and do 50 raids a day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they've limited it on remote raid passes, which doesn't really make sense.
And the in-person raids are more beneficial to do because you get 3 guaranteed XL for that Pokemon, regardless of whether you catch it or not.
Yeah.
I think like we could release like a golden raid pass, so it's like continuous like raid passes you can put into the raids. But obviously you have to do it separate to the actual remote raids. We could charge like £3 or £5. I don't know if that's controversial, but if you buy that 1 gold raid pass, you can literally use as many remote raids as you can, buying them separately, of course.
Possibly. I mean, I wouldn't do it for in-person, because I think in-person raiding is the best it's ever been. Like, you don't need to touch in-person raiding. It's perfect. But remote it's a very sticky situation at the minute.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like you said prior to this, Paul, if you're in a situation where you have a good community, like, then it's not really much of a problem for the remote raid passes to be left.
Exactly. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to aggravate people here, but it hasn't affected me one bit. Like, I couldn't care less about it, but that's only from a personal perspective. I can understand how it's affected other people, and it really isn't good.
Yeah, it's not the people who haven't got friends to play with, and it's also the people who are in like hostile areas as well. What affects?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
There was a cynical part of me that used to feel like, if you live in the middle of nowhere, you have nothing to do. Why are you playing a game like Pokemon Go?
Yeah,
You can't really think that.
yeah, yeah. And there's always two sides to every story, so to speak.
Oh yeah, there is.
So it's a matter of depending on where you live, and obviously how many people play it within a certain area.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which divides people's.
I was going to say, like you said, when you tried to get in touch with the people, because you've got the locals as a friend, but you've messaged them on Campfire, had no response. You've gone to raids when they've been there, never seen them, never met them. Whereas I've just got people's numbers. I could just ring them up and say, "Do you want to go for a little walk? Are we doing these raids? Are we meeting up for raid hour? Are we doing raid day? Etc. etc." A lot of people don't have that luxury.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a very controversial topic.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
A lot of people have got a lot to say about it. Put it that way.
Yeah. Like I was saying prior to the call, like every video that's posted on any social from Pokemon, the top 10 comments are always people like, make remote passes 100 coins again. It's always on every video they post. No matter how good of a state Pokemon Go is in, that will always be at the forefront of a conversation.
Yeah, yeah. I think people wouldn't be having much of an issue with it if it wasn't capped, like we said before. To be,
No.
I mean, on like big raid days or whatever, they do increase them up to 20 sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they completely remove it. I'm pretty sure they completely removed it for Dialga and Palkia.
Yeah, even if it's like 15 raids a day, like that is maxed out.
That's still a lot of raids.
It is a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
I think they did it for Cargo and Groudon as well.
I think they did, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I did like 10 Groudon raids in one day.
Yeah, well, I was going to say for raid days, they usually increase it to 20, but I think for Palkia and Dialga, they just completely removed the limit.
Yeah, I definitely done over 20 on Dialga.
I know. A lot of people did. And it feels good to have the freedom to do that, but I think the freedom to do that should still come with the higher cost, because, like I said, a remote is a really premium item. It's really powerful.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I completely... How do I say this without contradicting myself? I agree with both sides of the argument.
I know what you mean. Like, you can understand how it is such a good item that they felt like they had to nerf it, but at the same time, it sucks for you that it's happened.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
The whole point of the game as well is to be able to go out and...
Yeah, exactly.
But that was the whole purpose behind the game. Like, released is for people to go out and like catch their good stuff and like do raids. But I can understand what I've done it for. But like, I think people got used to like how it was before, and that's why it's like I think a lot of people now.
Yeah, but I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this as well. But Niantic did always say that it was going to be a temporary thing. At least they kept remote raids about. They didn't completely scrap them, because they could have done.
Yeah.
They could have completely destroyed them remoting communities, but they didn't. Like, I'm in several like online that we're gonna. This community is gonna die as soon as this comes in. They still all actively remote raid every day. Yeah, they're sad they can't do as many, but they still all actively do it daily.
Yeah. I agree with them nerfing them, but not to the extent that they have.
Oh no, like I said, the limit shouldn't be there. The price increase, I think, should well and truly be there, but the limit shouldn't be. Like, if you want to go and spend all that money, fair enough, but you're going to have to spend a little bit more for the premium of being remote.
Yeah. If you're in a position where you could, and if you're wanting to spend that much money, then so be it. That's on you. It just makes Niantic
Yeah.
Because it's the whole topic as well of like, because of the remote nerfs, like everything in the shop's gone up as well, was like, because they have to make money back from the reduced raid passes. Probably, yeah. But they were sticking to their guns on it, and they have done them. people are still buying the tickets while complaining about the tickets. So
Yeah, I'm still buying tickets.
yeah,
And thanks for watching the video, guys. That is end of episode 4. If you'd like any questions answered, just post them in the comment section below. Also, hit that like and follow button. It does mean a lot. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next episode.